Hey guys, this is Jesse with JTS Woodworking, and in this video I'm going to show you how to turn your own ring on a wood lathe. So let's get to it. Alright guys, so the first thing I did was I got my ring blank, which is Padauk, and I centered it on a sacrificial piece of board there. Put my tailstock in the center and used double-sided tape to stick the other side to the sacrificial block. And then here I'm just trying to round out or round over the corners and make it spherical. Now this rough and gouge was kind of working. I think it's just dull, so I went to this parting tool and it went a lot faster. I actually have carbide bitted lathe tools now, which cut so much better. Alright, so now I'm just drilling in a pilot hole in the center. And then I'm using a larger bit to drill all the way through to get it, I don't know, about 3/4 the diameter I want. And then I'm using a skew here to very carefully hollow out the inside. I say very carefully because you want to make sure that you don't overdo it, otherwise you'll have to start all over, because the ring blank needs to fit in basically perfectly. Now I know they make a tool for this to get it perfect, but I didn't have it, so just kind of had to go by trial and error. Here I am trying to test fit it. It's a little too snug. And instead of using my skew again, it was getting close, so I just used some sandpaper here and just kept working it. And finally we got it seated. Now we want to turn it down with the ring in place to keep it stabilized all the way until it just barely comes up to the edge of the ring blank. And you'll notice here too in a moment, I had to reattach this piece of Padauk on there with some hot glue. It's not a big deal, but I'll show you in a minute here. Anyway, so I'm just turning this down till it gets really close without touching the actual ring blank. And then I'm sanding it a little bit here. Now here's that hot glue. I'm just cutting it off, and then we'll go ahead and get rid of that. Alright, now I'm scuffing up the ring blank surface so that it adheres better. Just using, I believe, 400 grit. Applying some CA glue to the inside. And right there, as you saw, I wasn't wearing a glove, and that was a mistake. Gotta use acetone to get that stuff off. I should have been wearing a glove. Anyways, use some activator, and then it's set. Now put it back on the lathe using this pen turning tool. Basically just supports each side, and then I'm slowly carving it down to the radius I want and the thickness I want. Just trying to take my time, being very careful, checking it every so often. This is actually one of my favorite parts of this project, because you get to see it come together. And then when I get close to where I want it, I start sanding. And I think I worked up from 120 to 220 to 320 to 400, and I believe to 600. Just trying to get rid of any lines in there. Do the sides a little bit. And then for the finish on this thing, it was recommended to use CA glue, which I thought was weird, but it actually made for an extremely durable finish. So I put a couple drops CA glue on a rag, buff it in, use some activator, let it set, do another coat. I believe they recommended 8 to 10 coats, so I just did the full 10 coats. buffing it out here. You gotta want to be careful. I sanded it very lightly, but you can burn through the CA glue finish if you use sandpaper and get it too hot. So I sanded it very lightly and then buffed it out with this 3-part compound. Alright guys, so that's it. I hope you liked the video. Here's what we got. I don't know if you can see that. Alright, so as you can see, turned out pretty nice. Again, this is made out of Padauk, and it's nice, you know. I do like it. It's a little bulky, so I actually turned a second ring, which it did not film, but I can show you what I got, and that is this baby. This is made out of Cocobolo, if I'm pronouncing that right. So yeah, here's what it looks like. I actually much prefer this style. One, I like the look of it better. It's a little bit wider, 10 mils I think, instead of 8. And it just looks nicer and it's more sleek, so it feels more comfortable. Yeah, I just prefer this. So if you guys want to see this style made, comment below and I'll show you. And it's actually really simple as well. So anyways guys, I had a lot of fun turning both these rings. I know you only got to see the one, but if you want to see the other style, let me know in the comments below and I can make a video on that. I got the supplies for the rings from craftsupplies.com, the ring core and the blank for the ring. So I will leave that in the description below. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave it a like, please comment and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks.